Am I on? Oh, I can hear my voice this time. That's going to be fun. That's going to be hard to get used to. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I'm just getting settled in. Give me a second. You don't hear me? Is the music too loud? Hazard me, what up? Hazards. How's it going, man? We've got Chris, Coalition Gaming. What's up, man? Thanks again for helping me out with the settings. Hopefully it looks better this time. Lol not so funny 19 says 5090 time, let's go. Hell yeah. We got used to it, you will too. I think it'd be fine if there wasn't a delay. There's like a quarter-second delay from hearing it in my headphones, and it makes it hard to think. But it is important for me to hear my own voice so I know what you guys are hearing, right? So that's why I'm wearing it this time. So yeah, I'll have to get used to it. Tech Blacksmith, sounds good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. How's everyone doing? How was your weekend? Did anyone do anything super exciting this weekend? I did not. I don't think so. Let me move this chat box. Nope, that's not right. Nope. There we go. Okay, that should get locked. Chat box is a little... It's so light. I think I have to go into stream elements to make that look darker. It seems very light. Bump, 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 bump. Easy fix, take the headphones off. I know. It's something I need to get used to, though. I don't know how people do it. Don't singers like listen to themselves when they're singing? I guess it just takes time. Give me 1 second. I don't know if... Chat box. It's a little bit too light. Let me turn up the opacity. Save. Okay, that should be better, right? This music's kind of weird, huh? Reluctant Hero says, tonight I'm enjoying the stream on PC I built today with the goal of selling on my local Facebook marketplace. Ryzen 5 2600, a GTX 6060 Super, 32 gigs of 3200 RAM, and a 1 terabyte NVMe. Very cool, man. How much are you going to sell that for? I'm trying to guess, like in my head, what somebody would sell that for. Not an insane amount of money, but definitely a couple hundred. Sounds good. I'm just waiting for the 9070 XT results. Me too, man. I think that'll be really cool when that goes up. Da, 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 da. Have to refresh this. Will that break it? Nope. Simon, hello. What's up, Simon? How's it going, man? I thought I had everything fixed, but that looks better now. It's hard to see before. Reluctant Hero is hoping to break even at $350. Okay. I think that's a fair price for what you're selling, especially with a 1 terabyte NVMe. That's a good PC. I'm glad you're not price gouging. I feel like my Facebook marketplace, like my local one, is really bad. I don't see a lot of really good deals. I mostly see people either trying to resell stuff they already bought for really cheap or trying to sell it for insane prices. So, and whenever I try to sell something, I just get people who are like, I want 10% of what I'm offering. Like they don't want to pay anything. So it's very frustrating. But then I go and I look at Danny's in Seattle, his Facebook marketplace, is really good stuff. Lots of cheap graphics cards and computers that make sense. And I thought we had a bigger population here in Houston than Seattle, but their Facebook Marketplace is popping off. It might just be a demographic thing. Simon said, I spent the whole week learning about PC parts since I want to build my first PC. How much percentage of my budget should I spend on each PC part? Like 70% of games I will play are more CPU heavy. So there's no like 100% this is the best way to do that kind of allocation. I can't give you an exact number, but I would say your graphics card should probably be the most expensive component. Generally speaking, that's what's going to happen. But outside of that, it's really hard to say. Like, I mean, if you're building a really budget budget computer, you can get a CPU for like $40, right? And then your case is going to probably cost more than that. So in a lot of builds, which would be mostly new, you'd be spending a lot more on a CPU. But since it's a used one, it's kind of hard to say. So I'd say just make sure the GPU gets the biggest portion of that PC. Yeah. It's not necessarily about how much money you spend on it. It's mostly like if the parts make sense together. If it doesn't sell within 2 weeks, I'll try Jawa. Yeah, you totally can. Just be sure to increase the price accordingly and charge shipping so that you don't lose money. Yeah, because they take their cut. Built a PC from spare parts yesterday. An i7 9700, 32 gigs RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, GTX 1070. I'd probably list it online for $300, but we're giving it to a friend who doesn't have a gaming PC. Yeah, it's a good deal. I think for even $300, that's kind of a bargain. You're getting an i7, 1070 is a good card, a terabyte of SSD. It's a very, very solid deal. I just like building PCs. I'd rather sell it locally. I'd rather sell it locally, though. Yeah, me too. I'd much rather sell stuff locally. It's just easier and less chance of something going wrong, and you don't have to give up a cut. So I totally get that. My budget is $1,500. Okay, that's a lot. So for $1,500, are you willing to buy used stuff, Simon? Like, are you willing to buy a used graphics card or a CPU? Because that changes. Also, are you in the US? The PC I want to build for my first one is a PC with a Ryzen 5600, an RX 6600 XT, 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, NVMe 1 terabyte SSD, and the MSI Pro 550M? B550M, okay, with Wi-Fi. Solid build. Yeah, that's a really solid, like, strong 1080p, even like 1440p with low-end stuff. You're not going to be playing Wukong at 1440p, but you can do pretty good with a lot of the lower end stuff. It's a great build. Good choice. Good, sensible choice. And I'm happy to see everyone using at least 1 terabyte SSD. I know in my budget builds I'll use half a terabyte, but it's only because we're price constrained. So glad everyone's better than that. Hello, Kuyachino. How's it going, man? I mean, I live in Poland. I prefer to not buy anything used. Even if I want it, it's very limited in my country. Oops. Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to recommend parts for you because the parts are very different compared to the U.S. here. As far as I know, most countries pay more for stuff because of import taxes. So I'll pretend you're in the U.S. And if you were in the U.S. for a graphics card for a $1,500 build, I mean, you could go with like, and you want to only brand new, you could buy like a 7900 XT or even XTX if you got a good deal on it. And that would, I mean, that's a really good graphics card. But you totally could go that high. I mean, your budget's big enough that you can get like a top 10 GPU. I'm going for medium to high 1080p gaming PC. Yeah, perfect then. with the 6600 XT you mentioned earlier. That's a great build. I feel like 1 terabyte is absolute minimum these days. I mean, I agree. I mostly don't do that because I've spoken to a lot of people in my comment section who literally don't have income, right? And they don't have way to make money. They don't have any income whatsoever. Like, I've seen a lot of people who are like disabled, or they're too young to work, or they're in a country that is just economic downturn, right? And so I don't want to like leave those people out. But yes, if you have income, you should buy a 1 terabyte SSD. Yeah, it's just how it is. I totally agree with you. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, CR7. Happy birthday. Have you played any new games lately? Yes. So I have been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on PC, which is not new, but it did recently come to PC, and it looks great. I get to see Tifa in full 4K resolution, and it's been fantastic. Other than that, not really. There haven't been many games I wanted to play coming out. I mostly just resort to playing like TFT or the finals or something. You know how you just get stuck in this like loop of playing the same games. I do want to still play Space Marine 2. That's on my list. I have a couple racing games I want to play. Tokyo Extreme Racer just came to PC. Night Runner's Prologue. Space Marine 2. I've been playing a little bit of Marvel Rivals, but not too much. I do have the Indiana Jones game, but I don't think I'm going to play it. I got it for free. Monster Hunter Wilds might be fun. I'm just like looking at my list. I want to go through all the Yakuza games. So yeah, I have a big backlog. I'm on AM4 and I want to upgrade to a 4070 Super Ti or 5070. Cool. You could do that. Especially with like a 5800X 3D, you'll be just fine. I had $300. What should I do? You can save it, dude. Save it. Tokyo Extreme Racer, what? I played 1 and 2 on Dreamcast. Yeah, so I don't know if it's a re-release or a port. I think it's like a spiritual successor on PC. If you look it up, they released something, and I was playing it recently. Let me see. I guess I should hide my... So it's on Steam, and it came out at the end of January. It had overwhelming positive reviews. Is this the exact same game? I thought, yeah, early access. I don't know if this is a sequel. Since this is the first time in over 18 years, not that Tokyo Extreme Racer will be returning, we felt it would be best to launch the game in early access. Yeah, so I think this is like a reboot or something. But yeah, it's on PC now. Pretty cool. Let's see. When are you announcing the 3060 giveaway? Not in this stream, unfortunately. It ends at the end of today. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to do the drawing and I'll announce it, yeah. Hi, I've been watching a lot of your vids recently. Just found you this year. Really enjoy your content. Thanks. Appreciate Gramps. Glad you're enjoying it. Should I switch to AM5? You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. If you want, you can. But yeah, we're not at that point where it's like a necessity. Especially if you have the higher end AM4 chips, you should be okay. Did I get the NVIDIA background deletion filter working? So after I put the 5090 in, Chris, I still couldn't get the filters, the video filters to show up. Like, I uninstalled and reinstalled everything. Audio filters, no problem, but all the background stuff just wasn't showing up. So, and it wasn't a necessity, so I just skipped it for now. I might go back to it later. I really don't know why it's not showing up. But yeah, should I switch to AM5 or get a 58 5800X. I think if you can get a good deal on a 5800X or X3D, just go ahead and do that. Do you think I could find a used RX 600 XT for 150 used? If you're in the US, absolutely. It's not going to be immediately easy, but that's doable. Kuyachino asked, do you have a home server set up? Other than learning and tinkering, I'm not sure how much actual use I would get one from one. So I do. I have a home server, which I use for a NAS, a Plex server, my own personal files, Docker containers, Home Assistant. Yeah, I love it. And I've had it for about 6 years now, maybe 7. It's not for everyone. I think everyone should at least have a NAS to back up their files. And it is really fun to learn and tinker and mess with all this stuff, Kubernetes, clusters, all that stuff. Really fun, but it's not for everyone. That's why I only have like 2 or 3 videos on it on the channel. But I love it. Yeah. I run Unraid, and just earlier today I was trying to learn more about Proxmox and TrueNAS Scale, because I think I want to move over to them eventually. Like, Unraid is great at all, but especially for beginners, you can learn a lot and it takes no effort whatsoever. It just works. I love it for that, but I want to kind of expand into the more difficult stuff. So I like it a lot. I think I'm going to do a video on my setup soon because it's been a while. I have a network right now, so I'd love to show it off. Is something like this Ryzen 7 7800X 3D good for my budget? It's too expensive now, but I can wait. It's like 30% of my budget, and it's too much in my opinion. Also, I would have to buy a decent CPU cooler too. So yeah, for $1,500, I would say you don't need that good of a CPU. I would rather have a better graphics card and a slightly worse CPU. Like, if you can afford it, go for it. It's a great CPU, but at your budget, I would rather just max out my GPU and then have a decent CPU. Especially if all you're doing is gaming. If all you're doing is gaming, you'll be just fine on like a 12700K or a 7500F from Ryzen. So you don't need that beefy of a CPU. You'll be just fine. I would recommend if you want AMD, Ryzen 7 7700X. You see them on sale for like $200, $220. That's a great CPU for the price. It'll last you a long time. Did you get a deal on the 5090, or was it new or scalped, etc.? I will get into this. I did not buy it scalped, and I did not get a good deal on it. But I'll get into that. Thanks for asking. Give me 1 minute. I just want to get through this backlog. Everyone came to hang out, so I'd love to give everyone the attention you all deserve. What do I do with all my budget builds? I either disassemble them and take the parts out and use them for other stuff. Sometimes I sell them, and that will be locally, my local market. So I'll sell them on Facebook Marketplace or something. Those are the 2 options. That's it. Yeah. Either I disassemble them or I sell them for either less money than I build them, the same, or more. It just depends. Like, I just try to get them out the door essentially, but I don't sell them to you guys. Just be aware of that. I only sell them locally under a pseudonym. I use a fake name because I was previously using my actual Facebook account that I've had for a long time, and somebody recognized me, and immediately I'm like, I can't do this. I don't want that. Is a 9800X3D and a 5080 a good 1440p gaming combo? Trying to decide between a 5090 and a 5080. I feel like a 5090 would be overkill for 1440p gaming. You're right, it would be. But what you're describing, a 9800X3D and a 5080, is a really good 1440p gaming combo. You're gonna kill everything. It's a fantastic combo, actually. You don't need a CPU that good. You feel free to get something a little bit less, but that would kill it for sure. Yeah, you're not fooling anyone, Jason Widmer. No, it is like a totally different name. I did consider doing something like that. I thought I'd put like Steven Whitmer or something. I thought, but yeah, it's like a completely different name. And what's funny is that sometimes people will pay with Zelle, and that uses my real name. So I'll get to the meeting, and they'll notice my name doesn't match my Zelle name, and I always wonder, they're not going to ask about that, but they don't really care. I think they assume. Is a Ryzen 7 3700X and an RX 5700 XT a good combo for a 550 build? I think it's a great combo. Yeah. For 550, yeah, why not? That sounds pretty good. Can the GPU bottleneck the CPU, or is it just the other way around? So when we say bottlenecked, the way you described it is it sounds like it's hurting it, right? It's like hurting it in a way. You can have a bottleneck either way, but it's not going to hurt you. So either your CPU is very strong and your GPU is only utilizing a small portion of it, or your CPU is really weak and your GPU isn't being fully pushed, right? And so technically that is a bottleneck on both sides, but it's not that big a deal either way. I think people overthink bottlenecks. Like yes, they can bottleneck each other, but it's not the end of the world either way. I mean, I'm not expert at guessing PC part prices in the future, but maybe a 7800 X3D will be good for me after AMD March drop, not only for CPUs with X3D and new GPUs. Yeah, absolutely. If you're someone who you like to constantly be upgrading your machine, and you're okay with changing things every 1 to 2 or 3 years, it might be worth it to get an AM5, like a really high-end CPU, just so you're set. And if money is not a huge issue for you, like you've got the cash, no problem there. That's like a personal preference you'll have to make. This pipe, the C-stand looks weird. So I bought a Ryzen 5 3600X AMD from $300 budget build, and it shipped to Texas. I live in Florida. What is another good CPU? It shipped to the wrong house. That is like what I got scanned by. So did you buy this from AliExpress? I don't know if that's a scam. It seems like they put the wrong address on it. You can contact AliExpress and they'll give you your money back. Sorry that happened. Yeah. What is another good CPU? Yeah, if you want to just go the safe route, you can get a Ryzen 5 5600 on Amazon, or even AliExpress is cheaper. But yeah, sometimes that does happen, but they got you covered. Don't worry too much about it. I might have also got scammed on AliExpress buying a 3500X. Yeah, you just got to be careful. Just remember, guys, AliExpress will take care of you. Amazon will take care of you. If any of these guys seem like they're shipping it to the wrong address, or if it just seems kind of sketch, like they got you. Don't worry. Let me turn my AC on. It's the middle of winter and it's like 80 degrees here. I'm sweating. Recently upgraded from an RTX 3060 to an RTX 4070 and I'm loving it. Got it for a super good deal. Nice. That is a good upgrade. That's gonna get huge GPU jump. I bought it for $25 on AliExpress. Yeah. There unfortunately has been an influx of scams on there. I will say, if you're on AliExpress and somebody starts a listing with the year, so it says like 2025, blah, 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 that's a scam. I don't know why, but there's been so many where it'll be like 2025 mini PC, 2025 Ryzen 5, whatever, and they steal the pictures from other sellers who aren't scammers. So just like any other open marketplace, just be vigilant, check the seller, see how many reviews they have, check the reviews, make sure you're not getting scammed, which you should be doing on any marketplace, on Amazon, on eBay, AliExpress, doesn't matter. They're all open marketplaces. But again, the sellers will, or not the sellers, the website will back you up. Just tell them what happened and they'll give your money back. and also a machinist MOBO. The rest is legit. Gotcha. Okay, so talking about the 5090, yes, I was able to get an RTX 5090, and I feel very blessed. They did not send it to me. God, could you imagine if they sent me an RTX 5090? That would be amazing. No, I'm not on that list. I'm not that caliber of creator. Hello. Different hat than last time I saw you. Very cool still though. Thanks, Lumbian. So with the 5090, I wanted to get one just to see if I could, essentially. And my justification of it was that RTX 4090s came out over 2 years ago. And if you bought one at MSRP for $1,600 plus tax, they are selling used today over 2 years for that exact same amount or more. So you could have bought a 4090, used it for 2.5 years almost, and only paid a small amount of tax as a surplus, or just broke even, right? Unfortunately, that's how the market works for these high-end cards. So my mentality is that also happened to the 3090, if not more, because of the COVID scalping. Now, I'm not trying to scalp or anything, but if after 2 years I'm using this thing to its fullest extent for like content creation, gaming, everything, and then I sell it and I only have to pay a $100, $200, $300 surplus, that's pretty good. Like, that's, if I can float that 2,000 whatever dollars and it's not going to affect me in the long run, I think it's kind of worth it, right? Now, I'm not saying everyone should do that, but I'm saying for me, it seemed like a good idea. So I woke up Thursday morning, which is when it first released, the 30th, and Danny from Never on a Budget was also online, and we were in Discord talking, like trolling the Best Buy websites, Newegg, Amazon, seeing what we can get. He was trying to get a 5080, I was trying to get a 5090, and after 2 hours, it just wasn't happening. Both of us couldn't get anything. It was a nightmare. It was a bloodbath. And so I'm like, screw this, I'm going back to bed. And after that, I'm like, I told myself, I'm like, I'm not getting a 5090. Like, I really thought I would, but at that point we didn't know how unobtainium they were. So I'm just like, okay, it is what it is. And I came back later that day, and I just randomly had Best Buy open, and I had a refresher on. So it was refreshing every 10 seconds. And this was like around 2 or 3 p.m. that day. And I just randomly, as I was refreshing it, I look over and it says in stock. And I'm like, everything sold out this morning. So I just instinctively went over, hit add to cart, and went through the stuff. I'm like, is this actually happening? And it's like, it needs you to check your phone number, your email, your address, your credit card. Like, it makes sure you're not a bot. And it makes you go through all these processes. And I'm zooming. I'm like, beep, 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 beep. I'm working faster than I ever have. And then it says, like, okay, congratulations, your order has been put in. And I'm like, I'm going to get the email, right? I'm going to get the email that says, hey, actually, we were out of stock of that, sorry. Or this will come into stock in 2 months, but we're still going to keep your money. But it didn't. And the next day it says, hey, here's your tracking number. It's coming. And I got it. I don't know. And then at that point, I didn't know how unobtainium it was. But apparently there's only like a couple thousand in the US. Like, crazy. Such a low stock. I don't know how I got it. But yes, I went through Best Buy. And so I have a Founders Edition and got the MSRP of it. So it was $2,000 plus tax. And now I have it now. Look at that. I'm a 5090 owner. It's crazy. I never thought I would have something like this. Micro Center. No, Best Buy. Best Buy. I was gonna go to Micro Center. I actually had plans to show up like 12 hours before, and I was gonna stay the night there. And then 2 nights before, I saw that there was 100 people camped outside my Micro Center, and we didn't know how much stock they had. And I'm like, well, they're not gonna have that much. I'm not gonna go risk it. And then we found out later that night that they only had like 10, and there was 150 people at that point looking for it. And they're like, yeah, we have 10. So I'm like, God, I'm glad it didn't show up. My brother got a 980. If I sound like I'm slurring, it's because I'm being thrown off by hearing my own voice. I'm not drunk, okay? My brother got a 980 Ti back in its day, brand new, thinking he'd be able to do that. Buy high and now, sell later, and recoup most money to buy new high-end. 10 series really sports that, but it looks like that tactic works a lot better now. Yeah, this might blow up my face, but even if it doesn't, like let's say this thing drops to $1,500 in 2 years, I'm okay with that. I'm going into it knowing it's not going to completely destroy my card. And if I have to sell it, I'm not expecting to make a profit on it. So if I can just use it and enjoy it and sell it, and it doesn't like fall off in price by 50% or something, I'd be happy, right? And then remember, I can sell it at any time. Like if I really need money tomorrow, I could sell it tomorrow and it would be bought instantly, right? Even if the stock comes back, it'll still hold a good value because I know NVIDIA is not going to make too many of these things. So yeah, even if I do have to sell it, it wouldn't be the end of the world. If someone can't float the $2,000, don't do something like that. Yeah. I'm wondering how much the 970 is going to be. I really need to upgrade my GPU, so sort of just waiting to see if the price before making a decision on it. Yeah, I agree. We really don't know. There's rumors, but I don't know. Hopefully it's not too much. The 7700 was, wait, the 7070 was not as good as I thought it was going to be. The 7070 XT. And then they dropped the price, and now it's kind of worth it, but yeah, hopefully it's good. Also, when should I request for a refund? I bought it yesterday. Do I wait until it arrives or what? Yeah, if you contact AliExpress now, they're gonna tell you to wait until it says delivered. Until then, they probably won't help you. So I'd say just wait. You can try to talk to them, but knowing them, they'll say, well, let's wait till it delivers. Maybe something will happen. So is MSI AMD R9 380 4GB gaming worth it for $40 on Facebook? I don't think so. You can get RX 580 for about $50 on Facebook, so I'd say go with that. That's way too old. Even for $40, it's kind of pricey for what it is. It's a relic, unfortunately. Let me reload this page. You were working at lightning speed. Yes, dude, I had never typed in my phone number and address that quickly. I don't know, I was on it. I was on crack that day. It was amazing. I know the 4060 isn't a good for the price, but I found one on Amazon flash sale for $208. That's awesome. The 4060 is not a bad card. It just wasn't worth $330 when it came out, and it's not really worth $300 either. I think $250, $240 or less, it's a great card. So yeah, $208 is a great deal. Hey Jason, I'm too late for the stream. Damn. No, you're good. We only started like 30 minutes ago, so you're good. Welcome back, Sam. How's it going? Raritanium. Oh, these movie studios. I like Raritanium. It's a good feeling. I scored a 3070 FE from Best Buy for its 500 MSRP during the GPU apocalypse same way. Yeah, it does feel good. I feel special. Like, I feel like... I know I didn't do anything special, but I feel special. I feel like I got lucky. It's a good feeling. It's like Wonka's golden ticket. Yeah. Like, I don't need a 5090. Truly, no one does. But I don't know. It just makes you feel good, right? It feels like you did something. Let me minimize this. I got that same 3070 Ti FE deal from Best Buy, still rocking today. Nice, lucky you. Especially during COVID, that was tough. That's a good deal, Ryan. My setup will be a GTX 1660 Super and a Ryzen 5 2600 after I get the refund. Nice, good little setup. That's what's up. Do you think that I should have extra 3 fans in the case under the GPU, 7 in total with my budget, or should I use it for something else? I mean, for $1,500, you can afford some extra fans if you want. You're not going to get better cooling with more fans, but they'll be quieter. So if that's something you want to spend the money on, it could be worth it. But your performance probably won't go up. Jason, please be careful for the reports that the 59 is having the same melting issues like the 40 series, and it's both the connector and the PCI cables are melting. Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can do though. I'm using a direct high-powered 12-volt cable direct into my PSU, so I'm hoping by not using their adapter, it's better, because the adapter they use is 4 PCIe 6+2 cables, adapter to the 12-volt high power, and so I'm just bypassing that. So hopefully using it direct has been good, and I've been testing it a lot for an upcoming video. I noticed myself slurring because I keep hearing my voice and I'm like slurring because of it. I'm benchmarking it a lot for an upcoming video, and it hasn't had any issues yet. I've had no sparks, no power issues. Everything's been okay, but you never know. What is a good GPU for around that price, like 60 to 80 in the US? So it's either the RX 580 or a GTX 1070, or if you get lucky, a GTX 1080. That's it. Unfortunately, those are going to be the best for that price range. You might find some 16660s, 6060 Super, 6060 Ti. Those are okay, but a GTX 1070 or 1080 would be the best. And if you don't have that, an RX 580 8 gig. Make sure it's an 8 gig. You have been given a gift from God. The RTX 5090. The Xbox Gamer says, my HP laptop died. I need help troubleshooting. Sorry, dude. That is way too hard to troubleshoot over a live stream. I recommend calling HP. They would help you out. Or going to a local PC repair shop. Calling the manufacturer will probably be a better help. I'm happy for anyone who gets a 5080 or 5090 and they intend to use it and not scalp it. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Yeah. I think it feels good to have. Did that work? Did that sound good? Did y'all hear the alert? I didn't hear it. I just need to make sure it's actually going through. Ghost Cuber with the $1 super chat. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I told myself that I wanted to set a super chat goal, and that if every stream would make a certain amount of money, it would make it more valuable to me to take time away from my family to do them. Right? Like, they're fun, but it's hard to justify it on a weeknight when I'd rather be spending time with my family. Loud alert. Okay, I'll turn it down. Good to know. Everyone's like, yeah, I heard it. I didn't have time to actually test the volume of it. Was it Kazoo Kid? Blame Chris. Chris was the one who showed me how to do them. Okay, good. I turned it down. We'll see. I should here. I can put that in my. If I'm having to hear my own voice, I might as well hear the alert volume too. Here we go. Okay, now I'll be able to hear them. What was it talking about? Yeah, I'm happy for anyone who gets a 5080 or 5090 and they intend to use it. I agree. Yeah, it's awesome. Danny did eventually get one. He got a 5080 like the next day from Newegg, so we both got one. So we're doing good. I decided to play on cloud, and I can now stream 4K Final Fantasy Rebirth without having to build a PC. That's awesome, man. Cloud, don't sleep on cloud. Like, for 20 bucks a month or 10 bucks a month, depending on what you're playing on, you can play games really well, actually. Like, no, they're not going to be comparable to native, but it's really good. It's really close. It sucks to pay a subscription because you're not going to own anything, but for like a temporary thing, or if you don't want hardware, it's really good. I've tested it a lot. I like it. I've played through 2 or 3 games in that, and it's been pretty good. Maybe you can turn down the monitoring to the headphones. Yes, that would be good. But then I'm worried you guys can't hear it. I don't know how to do that. I'll do it later. Yeah, I'll do it later. I don't know how to do that. That's a good tip. I'm gonna write it down. I can't wait to upgrade from my Intel HD 630 to the 1660 Super. Yes, that's a great upgrade, considering you're going from Intel graphics, which is nothing, to an actual dedicated GPU. That's going to be a big win for you, man. Congrats. Facebook or eBay? Facebook's always going to be cheaper because you can get it locally, but you have to go get it. You have to deal with cash sometimes, and if you get scammed, no one's there to help you. So if you want to pay a little bit more and just have it shipped to you and have eBay's guarantee, pay more on eBay. If you want to roll the dice, Facebook. Would I ever install fans inefficiently in terms of orientation for aesthetics? How mine currently is, and I wonder how much cooler it'd run optimally. So generally, no. I'm gonna guess you have something like the Lian Li 011, where it's like a clear glass front, and then there's 2 fans on the inside and 1 fan in the back to exhaust. Now, normally those 2 fans would be in the front intaking it, and it would look fine. But since they're on the side, if you're not using special fans, they look really ugly. To have them intaking, you have to see the back of the fan, right? And so people usually just flip them around so they look better. But now you've got no intake. Everything's exhausting, and it's okay, but you know, it's not optimal. For me personally, I wouldn't do it. I would just deal with it because I'm not super into the aesthetics and the RGB. But if you don't have any thermal issues, so like if you have your GPU temperature and your CPU temperature and they all look good, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I don't know what case you have, Brian, but yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about it. As long as your stuff is not overheating or it's not in a danger zone, I think you should be okay. Because there's a lot of air coming into the case, even if you don't have fans intaking it. It's like just naturally going in. You're just not like throwing it in. You know what I mean? Yo, is that Jason? How's the 5090? It's going good, Demetrius Elder. I'm a 5090 man. I think you know that, though. You know I'm a 5090 man. How do I scroll on this? Here we go. What about the 55? What about the RX 5500 XT8 gig used? It's on par with the 5880 gig and still has modern driver support. I've never tested that. I forget it exists, to be honest. Is there an 8 gig version of that? Yeah, I mean, if it's the same price, go for that. If they have a similar performance, yeah, that would be better. I've never seen someone use that though. I should look into it. Not the PCIe cables, the PSU cables itself are melting. Interesting. Tech Talk covered it in the morning tech news, so I'm worried about it. I'll keep an eye out. I'll check it out. Thank you. Is AIO worth it for my budget? It looks incredible, but I heard it's worse than air coolers when compared to prices. Yeah, if you buy an AIO, it's purely for the looks. There's not really any benefits to it. It's like a more chance to break because there's moving parts and there's just like more points of ingress for it to break. Where an air cooler, the only thing that's going to break is the fan, and you could just replace a fan. Those are cheap. a heatsink's not going to break, right? And they're much cheaper. Air coolers are cheaper generally. And in terms of performance, air coolers usually are better for the price. So I like air coolers because they're just easy. But AIOs do look pretty cool. I will admit, they look pretty cool. That's up to you. I'm worried for the last I want gamers to have is to buy products and then have it melt in your PC, damage, potentially even burn down your house. The connector and piece of cable shouldn't melt. Yeah, I agree. It's something we seems to always happen with the newest stuff, right? Hopefully nothing bad happens. Brian said, yep, you got it exactly right. They don't make fans that size, larger ones, so the 140s. 2 times, not 3 times fans. What you said makes sense, thanks, yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, because that's the only style case that people would want to make them look different, just so that or mount them improperly because they look stupid. But I know what you mean. Yeah, so just to check, Brian, I think the Lian Li, the one that comes with fans, it has special fans that are flipped. So I know some manufacturers have fans that look like the intake ones, but they're actually reverse. The blades are flipped. So I'd say if you're using the fans that came with the case, that might be the way to do it properly. So just check your fans. The blades might be flipped, and it actually might be intaking there instead of exhausting. But either way, it shouldn't be that big a deal. It really is not. People overthink this so much. They're so afraid of heat and things breaking. But if you're not getting crashes or you're not getting thermal throttled, you're gonna be okay. Don't think it too much. Reverse blade fans, yeah. I haven't seen them personally, but I know they exist. So Lian Li wouldn't ship it without that. I feel like they're a big company. You should do a video testing the cheapest GPU on Amazon. Is the AMD Radeon RX 58 gig worth it for $70 on eBay? That's going to be the high point of it. I wouldn't spend more than that. I think that's the maximum I would pay for it at this point. Yeah, I replaced with RGB fans, and I saw the reverse ones for sale, smaller ones, but not the larger ones. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know anyone who makes reverse ones in the 140 size. Yeah, don't worry about it too much. Yeah. If you're really worried about it, if the bottom of your case has a spot, you can put a fan there too, or 2 or whatever, and have it intake from the bottom, and it'll look okay because you're just seeing the bottom of it, and that'll bring air into the case. So I'm a sucker for those big fans. Yeah. The 140s. Congrats on 20K. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. What is an AIO? So an AIO stands for all-in-one. So this is going to be a water cooler that comes with the pump, the radiator, and the fans. And so basically it's again everything you need for water cooling. No custom, no pipes, no nothing. It just does everything for you. You just install it and it'll be water cooling on your device. And you don't have to fill it with water. The water's already inside. Yeah, so it's just a water cooler where everything's already built. So you just buy it and you install it and you're done. But the problem with them is that they look great. Very, very cool. I love the way they look. But you've got a pump with mechanics in it. You've got water, you've got pipes, you've got a radiator. There's more things that can break on it, right? On an air cooler, basically the only thing that can break is the fan. And fans are cheap and easy to replace. And they're less likely to break than an AIO. Everyone I know who has had an AIO, they break. It's the first thing to break. So just be aware of that. They break. Yeah. $70 shipped? Yeah, that would be the max I'd pay for an RX 580. I wouldn't pay more than that. That's like the maximum. Okay, let's test a game out, guys. Y'all wanna try the game? So I downloaded a few games here. We can test the 5090 on, but I'm not using an external capture card. I'm using my PC. So we're going to see a little bit less performance because I'm streaming at the same time. So don't take this as like 100% benchmark because I'm streaming. So that will be a performance hit. Is GPU placement important? Like normally you can see it from the side with the name of GPU. I won't put GPU in the way that GPU fans will face front. Hope you know what I mean. Yes. So you're saying vertical mounting, it doesn't matter too much. There will be a slight thermal change because those fans are going to be hitting a wall now. But if as long as your case has a lot of room, you'll be okay. Don't worry too much about it. Yeah. Don't overthink it. Let's try Rebirth. So let's see. I've never streamed a game on here. I don't think. Let's see if I can get this running. Whoa. Game? Is this right? Whoa. Do I have a controller? Oh, I need to get MSI Afterburner on. Let's see. Hold on. Hold on. So when doing the refund thing on AliExpress, do any proof and what type of proof? You can just take a screenshot of the tracking number where it says Florida. You're like, I'm not in Florida, I'm in Texas. And that's enough proof. Yeah. Just they'll tell you what to do. Don't worry about it too much. Oh, I need to zoom in on that MSI Afterburner. That's very small. Come on. This is gonna drop frames. This is the first time I'm streaming in really high bitrate, so I hope it looks okay. Turn this up. Let me reduce this. Put that right there. That can go in the corner. So, oh, I need to increase this then if I'm going to do that. I'm going to play from the preview screen. So this is running on the RTX 5090. The CPU we have is the 9800 X3D. And I'm not going to just sit here and play, but I just wanted to give you all an idea of what we can get. So this game just came out. Let's check the settings. So this is a PC port of a PS5 game. So it caps at 120, but you can get a mod that unlocks it to 240. So I did that. So we should be able to do that. 100%, no scaling, ultra. These are all ultra. This is like maxed out. There's nothing else to do. Oh, DLS is on. Let's not turn that on. And it doesn't have like frame gen or stuff, but so this is at 4K. And the stream's only going at 30 FPS. So I promise you it looks so much better in real life, but you can see the meter in the top left. We're getting at 4K maxed out ultra settings, no DLSS. We're averaging like 110. Pretty crazy. 4K is like just so insanely hard to run. It's pretty good. Now I need to get some mods where my characters are naked. I feel like that's the only proper way to play this game. Let's see. All right, need to follow this guy. Yeah, we're averaging about 100. So if you look, our GPU usage is at 99 and our temp is at 75C. That's a little high, and that's because the room I'm in is very hot. It's about 82F. So that's going to be a little higher. I will say normally when I play this, it's not 75. It's closer to like 70, 69. But it is a very strong card, so we're not thermal throttling, but we're getting close to that 90. And the RAM, we're using 24 of our RAM. How much VRAM are we using? 15 gigs of our VRAM. Man, we're maxing this bad boy out. Oh. I'll stick to running 4K in my dreams. One day, man. You never know. This chat box is kind of small. I want the chat box there for people who watch the VOD. I feel like from the past year, AliExpress has raised their prices a lot. Have they? It just depends. And they're all individual sellers, so some stuff's really good. Some stuff has gone up. Feels like Final Fantasy. Yes. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Great game. Yes, the RX 5500 XT 8 gig is a thing. I know a friend who has one, so you can buy it and test it out for it can be the same, if not better than the 580. They're on Amazon by Aorus or AliExpress. Okay, I'll check it out. It's kind of hard to balance performance and aesthetics, but I hope I will find a way to build a PC I want. You will. Don't worry. Don't overthink it. Remember, you want to play a game. You want to play games on it. Like, it's for fun. This is a hobby. Don't feel like you made the wrong decision or the one that's not the best for the most money. No problem. Inner gooner leaking onto the surface? It's not inner, dude. I let everyone know what's going on. How good are those headphones you have on? I was looking at the same ones. So these headphones are very good. In terms of quality, I'm not going to say I'm like huge audiophile. These specifically, I get these because they have a 300-hour battery life, and that is real, sometimes longer. I don't know how they did it. They have a detachable mic, so the mic quality is okay. It's fine. The audio quality is pretty good, but again, not audiophile. But 300-hour battery life. I charge these once a month, sometimes longer. I use them all day, every day, like 12 hours a day, and I charge them once a month, if not longer. So that's important to me, and they're pretty comfortable in your head. So that's like the most important thing to me. So would recommend them if you care a lot about that. I'm trying to do my homework, but you're just too good, and I keep getting distracted. Don't worry, Big Mac. I'll make the stream boring, and then you can do your homework. Multitasking is an important thing to learn. Yeah, so getting 127 just running around here, pretty crazy. You can do in 4K. I mean, it's a $2,000 graphics card, right? So it better be. All right, what's another game y'all want to see? Give me a game. Give me a game to play. If I have it installed, I'll do it. Please don't ask for like an obscure weeb game. I probably don't have it installed. Popular benchmarking game. Have your gear listed anywhere, like your camera. Need a better webcam for card games. I don't have anything listed right now, but I will say the webcam I'm using right now, I have two of them actually. This is the OBSBot Meet SE. It's a 4K camera that's very small. That's why I like it. Look at this, fits in my hand. That's the exact one, and I have it mounted on a thing. I like it. I mean, it's just easy. There are other ones, but yeah. Cyberpunk Ultra everything. Here's the thing. I benchmarked Cyberpunk the day I got this, and I have the footage. But since then, the game has been crashing on me, and it's the only game that's doing it. I don't know why, and it's really frustrating. Literally, it just keeps crashing, and it's so frustrating. I don't know what to do. I don't think it's the card. I don't think it's the drivers, because it worked the first 2 days, and now it's like, it just crashes. And sometimes I can get through the benchmark, sometimes I can't. So we can try it, but just be aware it might crash. Let's see. All settings cranked without any... Cyberpunk, all settings cranked without any DLSS. Okay, it's not gonna look good. This game's really hard to run. But we'll go through the benchmark a few different ways with ray tracing on and ray tracing off, and then we'll try it with DLSS frame gen, which is new to this card. So We'll see how it looks. Alan Wake 2, I don't have that, unfortunately. Sorry. Horizon games, I have that installed. We can do that next. Wukong, I have. Did you already try Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? I did not. Far Cry 5 or 6. I have both of those. Marvel Rivals, I have that. Okay. Good to know. Hold on, this sound is driving me nuts. Where's my mouse? Cyberpunk game is so loud. Eh? Where is it? Oh, it crashed. Look, this is what I'm getting. I'll show you. See what I mean? Whoops, Cyberpunk 2077 has flatlined. We've created the anomalous error report. I keep getting this. I don't know why. I've tried reinstalling it. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. Very frustrating. Let me try again. Let's see. Play. Come on. Don't crash. This is the one I want to do the most. It's so frustrating. I haven't dug too deep into why it's crashing, but okay. Okay, come on. Uh-oh, there it goes. So, I don't know. I don't know why it's crashing. It's the only game that crashes. I think it's something with my settings in the game, and it's just immediately crashing it, so sorry guys. I know it's frustrating. We can't do it. Ugh. What about ATS? American Truck Simulator? I don't have anything like that, unfortunately. Is that a popular game? Marvel Rivals, Ryzen games, Alan Wake 2. Oh, also, I play competitive games, replay my gameplay is important to find mistakes, fix them. You think that I should buy some camera for it, or I will be fine while recording directly on PC? Just record it on PC. Don't worry about it. If it's just for you to watch later, just use OBS. Yeah. How about Fortnite with all the Unreal Lumen stuff and hardware attracting cranked up? Is that stuff built into the game? Do I have to download anything extra? Because I have Fortnite installed, but I don't have anything else installed. Have I tried optimizing, adjusting settings in NVIDIA app? The only thing I've done is I've turned down the power maximum to 90%. Der Bauer and a couple other people made videos that show that if you take off the top 10% of power from the 5090, you only lose like 0.5% of performance. So you can get a car that runs cooler, more efficiently, and still have similar performance. So other than that, but I did that before I benchmarked it. So benchmarked. So that's not the reason why it's crashing. Very frustrating. Why is this falling? It's frustrating. Let me try another game. Someone said Marvel Rivals, but then I have to play Marvel Rivals, right? I don't want to play a full game of Marvel Rivals. Can I do like bots? Oh, here, I'll do Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I have that installed. Let me see. It's all built in, but you have to go into settings for it all along, especially hardware tracing. Okay, we can do that. Epic Games. I need a drink. I am parched. How did you manage to get it? I explained it earlier in the stream, Rob, but long story short, I got lucky on the Best Buy website. That's it. No, I bought it for $6,000 on eBay. You know how it is. This one? I don't play this game, so please don't judge me if I if I play poorly. Man, I should have made it 60 FPS. It's gonna make these games look bad on here. Just be aware that this is not the whole story. I was able to get a 5080 Best Buy too. Congrats! That's awesome. That's fantastic. Okay, I think my mic is okay. I'm gonna officially turn off me hearing it. I don't need to hear this. Oh, that's so much better. I can finally breathe, guys. Oh, finally. Y'all can see my ears. No judgment from me. Did it just crash? What is going on? Do you think I will be able to even get a 9070 if it will actually be cheap in March? No. The 9070 will be just as hard to get as the 5080, in my opinion. There might be a few more, but it's going to be hard. There's going to be scalpers. You might not get it day one, so you might have to be patient, okay? I have a 4090 Slim that I still haven't put into my rig, still rocking a 4080. Nice. This isn't gonna crash, is it? Crash? I think we should be okay. Why does it take so long to load, man? This is a baby game from like 8 years ago. Like, why is it taking so long to load? What is going on? This is absurd. Is this normal? Any Fortnite players know if it's normal for it to take so long to load? Come on. Come on. I hate modern games, man. Oh, you spend half the time loading the game, and other time it crashes. What is happening, man? Maybe I need a fresh install of Windows, because this is on my personal computer, and I'm wondering if that's why. Because now even Fortnite's not loading. Why no load? Fortnite on ultra settings in late game tournaments is impossible to run at high FPS, probably. The rumor is the 9070 XT will be around $500 to $600, like the 7800 XT, and the 97 will be a shocking $250 to $350 price point, matching it better than Intel B580. Yeah, I don't think so. That price gap is just far too big. I don't think they're gonna have the 9070 XT be twice the price of the 9070. That just seems difficult. I don't think it'll do it. It's an interesting rumor. AMD should put out a card at the 250 to 300 price point again. It's been a minute. That would be fantastic. So if that rumor is true, that's awesome. Truly amazing. Great for the industry, great for everyone, great for the community, but it takes me at least like 2 minutes to load into Fortnite all the way, but I play on PS4 and I hope to play on PC in the coming future. Why does it take so long to load, man? It crashed. That's not cool. Why are games so unoptimized? Why is it crashing? Yeah, maybe I just needed a fresh install of Windows. Maybe I I put so much crap on it lately with the 5090 stuff. Maybe there's just too much. Let's do, let's see Red Dead. Can I get Red Dead going? Bro, the shipping fee to Jamaica is high. Really? From where, the US? I hear a lot of people in other countries just talk about how expensive components are. It's just crazy. So many times I'll have a video where it's like showing off, you know, where I buy used stuff in America, and people are like, God, Americans have it so easy. Like, oh, in my country, we can only dream of having prices like that. There's like, no way. Yes, from the US. Interesting. Yeah, Sam said use a shipping courier, it'll be cheaper for you. Sam, aren't you in Jamaica as well? Okay, I think Red Dead is running, and I don't think it'll crash. So let's go through some settings. I'm gonna hide the chat box for now, just so we can see the actual game. Okay, we got 4K, yes, that's fine. VSync off, that's fine, fine. Ultra. Can this go to Ultra? Nope. Ultra everything? DLSS off. High. Let's turn that off. Off. That all looks fine. I'm not changing that. How are you able to get the card? I was just lucky on Best Buy. Just like everyone else who actually got it. Just luck. Let me set that. Confirm. Okay, so this is going to be Red Dead Redemption 2, 4K, everything maxed on Ultra, completely maxed. No DLSS, no FSR, no upscaling, not even TAA, nothing. This is as raw as it gets. At 4K, this is going to be tough. I wonder if we'll even break 120. All right, let's do this. Yes, that's fine. All right. I wonder how the FPS is on Minecraft. Probably crazy. Good stuff, man. Super happy for you. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just bought it. I got lucky on Best Buy. Not gonna lie, I might invest in AMD. That might be easy money if they will do a comeback. Yeah, never know. Lumbian says, hey, Fantasy Star Online for Dreamcast is my favorite game. Can you limit test it on the graphics card? Thank you. I love the stream. Lumbian, we've been over this, man. It's a 20-year-old game. There is no limit testing. The limit is already tested. We know it. It has an FPS cap, man. I'm not gonna... No, Demetrius, no. We're not doing that. I don't want to do that, man. It's a 20-year-old game. We only benchmark 10-year-old games here, okay? All right, here we go. All right. So this is Red Dead, 4K, Ultra, everything maxed. Okay, averaging about 107, 108 with FPS, or 1% lows of 85. It's pretty good for Ultra. Man, Ultra is like the setting you shouldn't run at. Like, it's just so intensive. I never play games on Ultra, guys. Never. I would never play at Ultra. There's just no reason to. High looks just as good. Looks pretty good. It's using a lot of our RAM. But the GPU temp is staying cool. So if you notice, the GPU temp on this is only 60 degrees C. And we're only using 93% of our GPU, actually. So we're not even maxing this thing out. I wonder why. But when we were playing Rebirth, it was like 78 degrees. This is much hotter. Obviously, brand new game. This is an old game at this point, but it does still look very good. Okay, I'm going. Thanks for advice. Thanks, Simon. Thanks for coming. Renato, you savage. Was it difficult selling your kidney? You know, honestly, it did hurt the first day, but the stitches are healing nicely, and I've just learned to pee more often. So it's been tough. Is this Red Dead Redemption 2? Yes, this is Red Dead Redemption 2 on 4K, all ultra, all the way. No ray tracing, no DLSS, no FSR, no TAA, just raw native performance on the RTX 5090. That's what we're watching at. If you want to know the full specs of the PC I'm running this on, go down in the description. I've listed them all out. So you can see the motherboard, the RAM, everything we're using on to test this out. Can it run Crysis? Absolutely, dude. Are you crazy? This thing will destroy Crysis. Saw that dip? All right. So right now we're averaging about 140. It's pretty good. Now, just so y'all know, the stream is at 30 FPS. So the motion's not going to look good, just so you know. But when I'm looking at it, it is really good. Like, it is fantastic. So just focus on the numbers and the visuals, not necessarily the frame rate, because it's going to look bad for y'all. Yeah, we're averaging about 138 now. Pretty crazy. For people who run on 4K, you know how difficult it is. And if you look, the GPU power, we're running at 400 watts right now. That's actually pretty low for the 5090. It can go up to 570. Well, I capped it at 90%, so a little bit less than that. But that is looking pretty good. And I'm just happy the game. Stream at 8K? You're insane. I will ban you. I will ban you for saying that. The 8K is not that big a deal. I could, truly. I chose 30 FPS because I didn't want to impact the performance of the game. Next time I'll do 60, but I'm still trying to figure out all this stuff. Chris helped me out with the settings, and so hopefully everything looks better than it did last week. Last time, not last week. Are you using a PCIe Gen 5 slot in your motherboard? Yes, I am. So you go look in the description, and it'll have all the stuff down there. And yeah, this motherboard does have a Gen 5 slot. So that is what we're using in this. But remember, the FPS will be a little bit lower because I'm also streaming. And I don't know by how much, maybe 5%. I don't know. Not a lot, but it is something. So don't take these as hard benchmarks. These are streaming benchmarks. You know what I mean? Okay, where do we land on? So Red Dead Redemption 2, 4K, average 117 FPS. Pretty good. Maxing the game out to what is possible, completely destroying it. Now I want to see what it will look like with some DLSS. Does this game have DLSS support? Surely it must. So we're going to keep everything in Ultra. We're going to keep it at 4K, but we're going to turn DLSS to balanced. So everything else is going to stay the same, but we are going to run this with DLSS so we can see how many more frames it adds on. So before, at 4K Ultra, we got about 117. So let's see what we can do with DLSS on. Now this isn't frame gen, which is the frame generation. This isn't the 4X thing or whatever. This is just classic DLSS. So you would get this on like any other RTX card. I was thinking of camping out for the 5070 Ti this month with only a Gen 4 slot. That's okay. You aren't going to lose that much performance. People tested it. You will lose 1 to 3%. So don't worry too much about it. You can use a Gen 4 slot. Not a big deal, truly. Don't overthink it. Play your games. Go camp out. It's not the end of the world. Let me reload this. Come on. Where's my mouse? Get my mouse. I need a stream deck, dude. Could someone send me a stream deck? I'm having to do everything manually. Alright, thanks, man. For sure, dude. Oh, let me restart the... Is there an FPS cap on this game? Come on. What's going on? There we go. There we go. I think it's because I was on another window. It's so weird. It spiked to like 200 something. Now it's back down to 140. So DLSS is giving us more frames, but not a lot. I thought there was going to be more. I guess this is on quality, so it's really not doing too much. I don't know, in my head, DLSS always means like double the frames, but I know that's not true. So I think percentage-wise, this does make sense. We're going from 117 to like 150, all on Ultra. And for a single-player game, I think it looks pretty good. Set DLSS to Ultra, not balanced. Okay, we can try that next time. I mean, it looks pretty good now. Averaging about 150, 155 compared to not DLSS on was about 117. So that's a pretty substantial increase. It's like what, 35%? Something like that? 40? It's really good. Now for me, I can't tell a difference sometimes, especially in these slow panning shots. You can't really tell a difference. I would say only in fast movement can sometimes I notice. And especially in competitive games. I wouldn't use this in competitive games. But for single player games, I always use DLSS. You're crazy. Like if your card can't max out your refresh rate, I don't know, I just like it. Big Mac asks, is the finals a hard game to run at 1080p medium settings? I mean, it's harder than like Fortnite or Counter-Strike. But I've ran it on like, you know, $200, $300 systems, so you can do it, yeah. So it's not impossible, but it is harder to run than other esports games by just a little bit. Where did Sam go? Yeah, Sam, where'd you go? Come back. Your Jamaican buddy is looking for you. I got Jamaicans in the chat making friends. I love it. All right, so DLSS definitely brought this game up quite a bit. I'm going to guess like 30%. I'm going to guess the average at the end will probably be like 140, up from 117, which is pretty good. Don't worry, Big Mac. We'll do the finals here in a second. I'll force y'all to watch me not be very good. I almost always use DLSS or XESS quality. It actually makes things look better sometimes because it has its own anti-aliasing. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know. I think people like to complain about DLSS. I don't think they've actually used it, or they'll use it at like the wrong way. But for me, if I'm set to like a higher or a higher resolution, like I use an ultra wide, so 3440 by 1440p or 4K, and then you use DLSS to get more frames, and you get to set everything to high or ultra, I think it's worth it. I think it looks pretty good actually. Now, if you're playing at 1080p low and you're using DLSS, yeah, it's gonna look like garbage in, garbage out. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like that's how frame gen works. Really, it's how that kind of stuff works. So as long as you have something to work with, you're gonna get better results. Average is 140. Yep. So we went from 117 to 140 with DLSS, which is pretty good. The 1% lows were a little higher as well. So that went good. You said you wanted to try it on Ultra? Okay, this will be the last one for Red Dead. But DLSS, is there ray tracing in this game? I don't think so. No. No ray tracing. Ultra performance, is that what you meant? You want to put this on ultra performance? That's going to be a lot of frames, right? Okay, ultra performance, 4K, everything ultra. We'll see. Try it again. All right, last time for Red Dead, 4K, DLSS ultra. All right. I have faith, guys. This is going to be sick. And I can tell my room is heating up. The RTX puts out a lot of heat. Oh my gosh, dude. Especially, it's going to be brutal in the summer, guys. Like, it's going to be crazy. It's so hot here, especially in this room. There's like really bad insulation, so it gets so hard. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is beautiful ray tracing if you have the game. I don't have it, unfortunately. But that game does look pretty good. I've seen a lot of benchmarks of it. It looks good. All the Sony games look good on PC, I feel like. They all do a good job. The ports are whatever, but they always look good no matter what. Let's refresh this a few times. Okay, this is at ultra performance. I'm not seeing a difference. I think we hit the limit on DLSS, man. This is ultra performance compared to balanced. I thought we were gonna get like 200 FPS. This is not exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Interesting. During the winter, it's nice to have my GPU heat up my room. Yeah, in the winter I could see it being good. But it's winter now, and it's very hot outside. So even here, it's like, I can't stand it. Is a GTX 66 Super good for $75 on Facebook? Sure. That's strange. Why is it not pushing out more frames? Yeah. I thought it was going to be a lot. Like a lot more. Yeah, I wonder why. It seems to be similar to just balanced. I mean, that could be the limit. This is, I don't think they updated DLSS on this. It might be using, what is it? Like DLSS 2 or something? Whatever it was called. Maybe it becomes more CPU based, but you also have the fastest CPU, so I'm not sure why it's not putting out 200. Yeah, I agree. And I don't think streaming would cut it by that hard. I mean, my GPU is only using 344 watts. CPU is at 60%, GPU is at 92. Yeah, I don't know. There's something we're missing here. I thought for sure this would be like 200. Do I see a visual difference? In the slow panning shots? No. Let me see in this during this movement just to make sure. Honestly, if you put them side by side and you told me to pick which one was DLSS, I could probably figure it out. But just looking at this now without seeing something to compare it to now, I don't see a difference. Nothing, I mean, things might look a little, what is it called? Soft. I think some textures might seem a little soft compared to native. But other than that, it's not noticeable, and it's only during fast movements. I feel like it's like pretty good. I'm a big fan of DLSS. I think it works really well, and I use it all the time. But like just from watching the screen itself, without having like the stream compression that you guys have, it looks pretty similar. So we are getting more frames, but I thought we were gonna get like 200 plus. You know what I mean? Considering we're on ultra performance. But even on ultra performance, it's like still really good. Might be even harder to pick out than high versus ultra settings. Yeah, I would say, yeah. I never play on ultra, dude. I never. Unless I absolutely can. So like in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because ultra doesn't affect the FPS on there because there's limits, might as well play on it, I guess. But it's not that big a difference. Sorry, Big Mac, that's not happening. Would it pair with a $300 budget build? Sure, why not? Don't overthink it. This is pretty good. The 1% lows are much higher as well. So what's the average on this? Like 160 then for the whole thing? So we had 117 on 4K native, 140. Okay, 140 for DLSS balanced, and now 156 for ultra performance. So yeah, that's higher. It's not in the 200s, but it's pretty good. Try League. Dude, I actually did try Teamfight Tactics on it at Ultra, everything maxed out, and it was like 700 FPS. It was pretty crazy. Let me see. Let me switch games. Yeah, so I mean, if you play League, it's not, you're gonna have a lot of FPS, you know. I run Ultra on Cyberpunk only because my GPU gets 140 anyways, and I can't personally see a difference above 140. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if there are certain scenarios where you should play Ultra just because you can, but there's like, I see people going from high to Ultra, and I would rather have 30 FPS more than having Ultra, because a lot of people lose like 30 to 35 FPS just from going to high to Ultra, and I'm like, I would rather have the 35 FPS, you know what I mean? 156 on 4K Ultra is hilarious. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I should do the finals next? Okay, but then y'all have to watch me play a full game of the finals. Are y'all prepared for that? I can't leave or it's gonna hurt me. When do you announce the giveaway winners? The giveaway will be ending at the end of today, so like at midnight, and then tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow morning, I'm gonna announce the winner. So if y'all have not entered the RTX 3060 giveaway, go to the video on my channel that says 20K subscriber giveaway or something, and it has all the details on how to enter there. It ends tonight, so go ahead and go sign up now if you haven't. How long did you have it before the stream? What, the 5090? Like a week? No. Yes, I got it last Tuesday. Will it be me who wins? I don't know. Why would I know? I agree with you for sure. Up until late last year, I never touched Ultra or ray tracing. Yeah. They have their places. They have their places. I just feel like most people use Ultra when they shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, they feel like just because they can, they do it. But then it's like, it's overall a worse experience for a lot of people depending on their hardware. That's just how I feel. If I win, would it go good with the Ryzen 5 5600? Yeah, it would, Big Mac. Currently have a 5600 and a 3060. Nice. And ended up with an ARC B580. Any input on getting a 5700X3D to combat the driver overhead with B580 versus upgrading to AIM-5? That's a good question. We'll be working with CAD and other design software. Does the Intel cards work well with CAD and other design software? I thought those were like exclusively NVIDIA at this point. As far as I know, NVIDIA is the one to use if you're using like Blender, right? So I would say double check to make sure those Intel cards work really good with that software, because that's going to be more important to you. If that doesn't matter, oh man. I feel like, yeah, because if you go AM5, you have to buy a new CPU, a new motherboard, and new RAM. So it's going to be a lot more expensive. It might just be good just to get the 5700X3D. Yeah, I think that'd be fine. But if you can afford it, maybe go AM5, and then that'll keep you ready for when you want to upgrade the GPU a couple years or whatever. But it's a lot more expensive, so. Okay, let me swap this over. This is the finals. I wish there was a benchmark on here. Okay. Video. Yes. So we're going to do 4K. VSync off. We'll leave that on. DLSS frame gen. Let's leave it off for now, but we can test it afterwards. Scaling method. Okay, I'll just leave it on TSR and then keep it at 100%. So that means it's off. Oh, render resolution scale. Can I just turn this off? Oh, no. Yeah. So I'll just leave it full. So this is going to be full 4K on the finals. Motion blur. And we will keep everything epic. Ray tracing will be at epic. All the settings will be at epic. So this is going to be 4K. No TSR, no DLSS, no nothing. Ray tracing, ultra, epic, whatever. So this is, yeah. This is going to be lit. I wish there was a way I could test it without joining a game, but that's okay. It's okay. We can buy some stuff. Let me make this full so I can actually play it. Dude. Oh, there it goes. I won't test it. Oh, I won't trust it till you test it on a real game like old school RuneScape. John, that's not happening, man. That game can run on a potato. An actual, I don't mean like a potato PC. I mean an actual potato. Go to your closet right now and get a potato. Samson says, sadly I can't enter. I want to, but times are rough. I won't be the clear coming in, which is pretty rough. Plus sitting on GPU, not using it. I would rather someone else. That's, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, sorry about that, Sam. I appreciate you looking out. Oh, this game's already in progress. Okay. So, again, it's going to look bad on stream. That's because it's at 30 FPS. I'm looking at it. This is 4K. Everything epic. Ray tracing turned all to epic as well. And we are getting about 100 FPS. Pretty dang good. 100 FPS at 4K ultra ray tracing, everything turned up. Very good. Ian asked, do you use a capture card with another PC actually streaming it? When I do benchmarks for videos, I do. Right now, I'm not. Right now, I am just streaming directly on my PC. So what you're getting is going to be less performance than in actuality, okay? So just be prepared for that. This is going to be slightly less than real life. Wow, it's a lot of flags. Who keeps potatoes in their closet? Where do you guys keep potatoes? In your refrigerators? Sorry, I guess y'all call it a pantry. I call it a closet. Okay, here, let's go help. These guys were losing anyway. I think they all left. Here we go. Boom. I got this, guys. I missed. Dang it. That sounds like what someone would say if they were afraid to test old school RuneScape on their shiny new 5090. I would never. Jason, wow, look at these frames. Okay, so we got about 100 there. Let's turn on frame generation. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. All right, just turning on DLSS frame gen. Keep the upscaled resolution to 100. Let's take this, DLSS balanced. Keep everything else the same. So we went from 100 FPS to 200 FPS now. Come on, come here. Ooh, we got him. Gosh, they're coming. So that turning on frame gen literally doubled our FPS from 100 to 200. Pretty crazy. And we still have everything at epic settings. We're running with ray tracing turned to epic. Why am I on fire? What am I doing? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, so 200. Pretty crazy. Dude, there's beans in here. Let's turn frame gen off, but just use DLSS. And we'll see what we can do there. So with frame gen off, but DLSS on, we get, yep, that's what I thought, about 150. So we're like right in the middle. Pretty crazy. Do I notice any input lag with DLSS? Right now, no, I don't notice any. And with their like reflex thing, I haven't in the past as well. But I'm not like a high octane gamer. So I'm sure a professional pro would be able to tell. But I've played this game with DLSS on and I win. You know what I mean? Like I don't notice any huge lag, nothing like that. And like right now playing it here, no, it's fine. I would have no problem playing with this. So this is still epic with ray tracing turned to epic and DLSS on, but frame gen off. A smash. Dang. Have you ever tried one of those mobile GPUs turned into a desktop like the 3060M or 6600M? Yes, I have tried the 3060M. It was pretty good. Why my message deleted? I don't know. You probably said something stupid. I didn't delete it. Maybe YouTube detected something they didn't like in that thing you said. Sorry, bro. I've had people say like, hey, my message got deleted by YouTube automatically. Why are you deleting comments? And I'll go back and it's like you're like cursing up a storm and like saying some really racist crap. And it's like, yeah, I wonder why it got deleted, you idiot. I'm not saying that's the case here, but you might have accidentally triggered some kind of anti-spam, or did you put a link? Sometimes that happens too. Definitely looks sick. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. The game's about to end, so I can try out another game, but man, we're using 30 gigs of my RAM on this game right now. And streaming. Woo, that's a lot, man. It's pretty impressive. That guy's name is This Game Sucks. Okay. Let me try to close that. No, I gave my TikTok name. Don't do that. That's probably why. Don't give your TikTok name. So yeah, you gave a link, right? You told people to go to a TikTok. Yeah, don't do that. I hope Reflex 2 reduces most of the FrameGen input delay issues. That would be great, yeah. Because I've heard of it. I have never tried it with FrameGen, but right now what I just did, it was okay. But if I'm a pro player, I'm just running it native, man. I'm not doing any of that. So I get it. I live in Idaho, so my family has always got potatoes. That's awesome. Jason's team, grenade. I'm not listening. Wow, look at these frames. Okay, let's see. What else we got? You know, one thing I learned, Devil May Cry 5, I thought is a game that looks great. And I thought it was going to be very intensive to play. I benchmarked it with the 5090, and I got like 250 frames, like an insane amount of frames. I in 4K. And in my mind, I'm like, this game looks great. Why is it running so well? And it just might be incredibly optimized. I don't know. What should I don't know, dude. I don't come back later. Sorry, I got to laugh right now. Yeah, you can use Google Fake Army. Google.com. It's a website where you can type in questions or ChatGPT, and you can type in questions there, and then it gives you answers. It's a good one. Let's try. No. Let me see. Try to see what game I want to try next. Because Cyberpunk keeps crashing. I'm so sad, guys. Why it keep crashing? I guess we can try Marvel Rivals. That's a game people play, right? Y'all still playing Marvel Rivals? On shit. What is the best Super Bowl food? Dude, honestly, I forgot the Super Bowl was yesterday. I don't watch it, so I completely forgot. But if I was watching it, I really like a wing. I like a wing good. Only problem is that Marvel Rivals doesn't look good even at max settings. I mean, it's cartoony. That has a certain value to it. I guess I haven't tried it at I haven't tried it at max settings yet, so we'll see. I'm compiling shaders. Here, look. This is modern gaming. What happened? Right? Like years, not even that long ago, 5 years ago, you boot a game, you can play it. Now we have these super fast SSDs, right? And we're not playing on hard drives anymore. And so the loading screens are gone, but now we have to compile shaders. What are we doing? What happened? Why? It's a step back. You used to boot into a game, you could play it. It was amazing. And people are like, yeah, run an SSD. I can do that now. Now you boot a game and you have to wait for shaders to compile almost every time. Constantly. On the giveaway, it's kind of fun. You can press continue on some of the extra entries without following him. Yeah, but those, if you do that, they don't count. And I'll be checking, so don't do that. Fortnite is a good example of cartoony and still have beautiful max settings, but I understand what you mean. Yeah, that is true. Back in my day. I'm trying very hard not to sound like that, Renata. I know. But don't you remember that? You remember when you boot a game and you play it? I'm so sick of compiling shaders. I'm sick of it. It's okay, wasn't a great wing. I mean game. Still need to try Rivals? Yeah, I haven't played it too much, but I tried it a little bit. It's pretty fun. I kind of like it. There's a lot of very overpowered stuff in it. Okay. Let's see. We were just happy with Pokemon Blue in the Game Boy. True. I'm not even trying to take it back that far. I'm talking about like 5 years ago. Like just 5 years ago, we weren't compiling shaders on every game. That's not that long ago. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say 25 years ago. I'm talking about like 5 years ago. All right. Let's turn DLSS off. 4K. Frame gen off. We'll keep the low latency on. Show FPS. No, we don't need this. No. VSync on. No. Why would I want that? Okay. Let's start on Ultra and we'll work our way back. Global illumination, Lumen GI, Ultra. Isn't that basically ray tracing? Lumen reflections, yes. Ultra, Ultra, Ultra. I don't know how well this is going to run. All right, let's try it. Took Zombie says, yo, love your content, man. Thanks, Took Zombie. Is that toque like you wear on your head? Are you Canadian? Ratchet & Clank doesn't have the shader nonsense. It's also no loading screens. So nice, nice. Lumen is very demanding. Okay, I'll try it and I'll cut it back if I have to. I think Black Myth only has the compiling nonsense when after installing drivers. Yeah. A lot of games are like that. But it feels like anytime there's an update in the game or there's an update in your drivers, you have to do compiling shaders. I feel like I'm compiling shaders every day. It just feels that way. I wonder what's the highest CSGO can get. We're going to be really CPU limit on that one. It's going to be tough to say, yeah. No, I'm from Ohio. It's in your profile picture. I should have known. What was your favorite game as a kid? I played a lot of games as a kid. A lot. There was a point where I was very partial to Counter-Strike, but I've not played it in a long time. What's that program you use to see chat and display the chat on screen? It's a plugin. I forget what it's called. It's called like Highlight Chat. It's a Highlight Chat plugin. You can Google it. What CPU are you pairing it with? We are pairing this with a 9800 X3D. Okay. How can I play with just bots? Can I do a bot game? So I don't have to like ruin. Oh, here, custom game. Oh, well, I know I want to create my own. Okay, custom. Create. Add bots. Yeah, let's do that. Bang. Yeah, let's fill it. Let's fill that bad boy up. Sure. All right, here we go. So this is 4K. Everything on Epic, Ultra, whatever, DLSS off, lumen stuff very high, which Rob in the chat said is very difficult to run. So we'll have to see. Oh wait, I'm over here. Who's good? Here, I'll go Iron Man. Odds are you're already playing with bots. Feel like you could use more than 2 terabytes in your current build? Yeah, I would love more than 2 terabytes. But I don't keep all these games installed all the time. It's just for benchmarking. I love the PSP and its super niche games when I was younger. Me too. I loved my PSP. It was so good. Big Mac says, I feel like you're good enough and entertaining enough to have at least 100K subscribers. Thank you, Big Mac. I appreciate that. That's the goal. If I can get to 100K, I would pee my pants. Okay, so right now we are at 100 FPS. That's pretty good. This is with 4K Ultra, the Lumen stuff turned on. That's just flying around though, so let's get into the battle and see. Let's see what we can do. We reset it a few times. Okay, so it went down whenever I started seeing people. About 79 FPS. 80 FPS. Yeah, it's pretty steady. 1% low is a little 50. So this is maxed out. So most people aren't playing at this, but 4K completely maxed out. Pretty crazy. No, DLSS is not on right now. Not on at all. This is native, dude. Native with Lumen stuff all on. Pretty crazy. Our GPU is peaked at 98% usage. We are using 14 gigs of our VRAM right now. Oh, thank God these bots aren't easy because I'm just like randomly shooting. I'm like looking at the graph. Pretty steady. Let me get closer and see if it goes down. Oh, but then they're gonna kill me. Gotta remember I'm streaming and not just playing a game. Here we go, here we go. Let's go. Boom! Yeah, pretty steady 80 FPS actually. I was behind, bro. Should have skipped the live. When are you going live again? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Does the RTX 3060 have DLSS? It does. Yeah. Does the giveaway end today? It does. It ends at the end of today. The winner will be announced tomorrow. Can you heat your house? I can, but I don't want to. Wait. What's this? No, display. Let's turn on some DLSS. Yeah, let's turn frame gen on. So we were averaging about 80 FPS earlier. Let's turn frame gen on. Let's keep everything else the same. Reset that. Oh, baby. 125 FPS. 4K Ultra Lumens on DLSS frame gen. Pretty crazy. Now I'm trying to see if I feel any input lag with this on now. Not really. I don't feel anything. If I was like an Omega gamer, yeah, I absolutely. You know what I mean? Like if I'm a pro gamer and this is what I do, yeah, absolutely. But for just casual play, it feels pretty good. I'm feeling okay. The Lumen stuff looks really good. I feel like the shadows have like a nice distinctive background. Wow, the bots actually heal you. This is better than the actual game. What if we missed the giveaway? Will you Gmail them or contact them? Yes, the giveaway is not being announced in this stream. Sorry if I didn't make that clear. You will be emailed or whatever contact information you put in the giveaway. That's how you'll be contacted. It's not being announced in the stream. So if you need to go, head out. I'll contact you by email later. Let's go. Big boy, big boy. One person? Come on. Come on. All right, yeah, we're averaging about 130 up from 80. If I win, I'll name my third child Jason. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. Okay, let me get away from these guys. That looked pretty good. Let's see. Display. Okay, so that's with frame gen on. Let's see it without the lumen stuff. I want to see if I can even tell a difference. Yes, Big Mac, I'll email you if you win. Don't worry. Winners will be contacted. It's not even being announced at the stream. I'm doing all that tomorrow. So with lumen stuff off and frame gen on, now we're up to about 183 FPS. How do I enable the 4x frame gen? Is that available on this game? I think there's only like a handful of games that support that right now. I would love to do it. And that's why I wanted to run Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk does have it, and I was like so excited, but yeah, it just keeps crashing. Did we win? Oh, okay. Pretty good. Man, 4K is just crazy. Winners will be announced. Not winners, winner. Oh yeah, I won. Of course I won. Come on, dude. All right, so there is Marvel Rivals. Pretty strong. Let's see, let me close that game. Reload this. All right, let's do one more. Because if I win and don't check my email, I will crash out. Well, then check your email. Yeah, winner, sorry. Yeah, there's not winners. I only have one. Check your email. Just check your email. I'm going to email the person first, and then when they respond and confirm that they're, able to receive it, I'll give them 24 hours or something, and then I'll make a community post saying, like, winner has been found. Thanks for entering. So hopefully wieners, yeah, maybe. So yeah, hopefully someone gets it who could really use it. I'm sure everyone could. I just really hope someone doesn't get it just to sell it. I saw on if you guys know UFD Tech does a lot of giveaways. He does like full 5090 PCs, like just thousands of dollars, right? Every month he does one, and it's awesome that he does that. But then I saw somebody in his chat late night who was like, "Hey, if I win the PC, am I able to sell it?" And it's true, you are able to sell it. It's your property. You do whatever you want with it. But then he was like in the chat, like, "Hey, if anyone wants to buy it, if I win, you can email me here." And it's like, you don't even know if you've won, and you're already hounding in the chat of people who could actually use it to sell it. It's like, if you're going to do that, go sell it in your own market, right? Don't sell it to other people who could have won it. Like, you're trying to sell it to people who tried to win it. That's so rude. Should have been one entry per person because there's 31,000 entries. No, it doesn't work that way, because each thing you do counts as 5 entries, if that makes sense. So you don't just have one entry, you have several. If I win, I swear I won't sell it. But what I'm saying is that you can't. It is your property. If you truly want to sell it, and the money, you would rather have the money than the GPU, that is your prerogative. That's fine. But if coming into chat and being like, "Hey guys, I won the GPU, does anybody want to buy it?" right to my face. It feels like very insulting. You know what I mean? But again, it's your prerogative. If you want to give it away to someone else, if you want to sell it, if you want to put in your rig, I don't care. It's yours. But it just feels kind of weird. You know what I mean? I wouldn't yell at you. I would just be like, oh, that's not very cool. Can you autograph it? Yeah, sure. If you want me to autograph it, I'll do it. I'm probably going to put in a little personalized note. Bro, you need to autograph it? If they want it, I'll do it. Yeah, no problem. That would be no problem. Oh, I thought it was 1 per task. That makes sense. Yeah, it's like 5. And I will say, a lot more people entered than I thought would. I can just tell because my Twitter followers, I went from like 350 followers right before it started up to like 1,200. So there's a lot more people than I thought. I thought we were gonna have like a couple hundred entrants, but it seems like we have a couple hundred, but closer to 1,000 maybe. Like 800 people signed up, something like that. Pretty crazy. You should have the winner have a choice to autograph it? Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Yeah, I get that, and I won't sell it because I need that thing for my PC build. Very cool. Hope you win. Hope you guys win. Wieners. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot more than I thought. Times is tough, man. Okay, let's do another game. And then I'll probably call the stream there because we've been going for over 2 hours, and I usually don't like to stream more than that. I'll do one more game, and then we'll hang out for a bit, and then call it there. Let's see. Space Marine 2? That game looks pretty good. Space Marine 2 is really hard to run. You know it's bad when modern games have they have like DLSS and FSR turned on by default. Like stuff like Wukong and Space Marine 2, they don't start natively and offer DLSS or super resolution as like an option. They start by saying, we're going to turn down your resolution. It's crazy, dude. Like, I'm glad it's optimized, don't get me wrong, but it's just crazy that that's like the default now. The default is we're going to reduce your resolution for you. Okay, let's see. Let me go to game. Let me go here. And then to me controller. If I'm not mistaken, the RTX 3060 is better than the 6600 XT. Yeah, it is. But not by a lot. But it does have some great features that I think it's better. Yeah, it's considerably better. It is. That is because most people are not running high-end hardware. Exactly. Yep. And that's something a lot of people don't realize. I swear, some of the comments I've seen, they think, like, if you're not running 4K, you shouldn't be playing on a gaming computer. I'm like, dude, are you insane? Not everyone's rich like you. Like, why would you even say that? Like, you're an idiot. Okay, let's try native. No upscaling. Ultra, 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 high, 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 ultra, ultra. Is VSync off? VSync off. Okay. So this is going to be 4K, ultra, no scaling whatsoever. And we're just going to do it. I don't think this is going to run well. This is a very heavy game. Let's see. Please don't make me get the shaders. Loading resources makes me feel like they're trying to compile shaders, and that's making me nervous. Okay, let's see. Wow, better than I thought, actually. 4K, everything set to ultra, no scaling. In a game that came out a few months ago. Wait, what's the melee button? That one. Averaging about 100 FPS. Amazing. Well, this is a very violent game. And the 1% lows are good too. Look at that, 77% or 77 FPS for a 1% low of 100 average. That's really good. That's tight. Watch this. Watch this. Oh my God, that's a lot of blood. Renato, turn your eyes. Don't look at this. Renato says, that way if you autograph it, I can sell it for more. JK, I would never. I don't know who you would... Like, I appreciate that you guys like me. You guys are my adoring fans, and I love every one of you. But I'm small time. I am incredibly small time. And that's why I love YouTube, because you can have people who you like to watch their content, and they're not like multimillionaires, right? Like, they're just normal people, and they're doing it for the love, or they're doing it for whatever. I love YouTube for that reason. And that's why I hate YouTube sometimes, because they kind of push for like Messi to have billions of subscribers out of nowhere, or like Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. I'm like, YouTube's supposed to be for like normal people. Like, when celebrities get on YouTube, like Will Smith, I'm like, this doesn't feel fun. This is not, there's nothing fun about multi-millionaires or billionaires making YouTube channels like where they just instantly get millions of subscribers. Nerd on a budget will buy it for a premium. That boy doesn't buy anything for a premium. You should see, he complains about buying brand new games to benchmark. He will like spend days trying to find a way to buy a code for like 20% off a game. And that's him, you know, with his private jet and his mansion. You know what I mean? Okay, this is looking good. I almost got distracted. So ultra everything. Wow, it looks really good. 4K, native, 100 FPS. Absolute insanity, considering how hard this game is to run. Let me reload this. Okay. To click this over. I really need a Stream Deck. Let's see. With his free Canadian healthcare. Danny's American, man. But he is in Seattle, and he probably goes over the border to steal free healthcare, dude. That sounds like him. All right, let's turn on DLSS, and let's turn it to balanced, which is 1.7x lower resolution. You know what? Screw it. Let's do performance. To 2 times? Nah, I don't want to do that. Let's do quality. No, let's do balanced. Does the game have frame gen? Oh, it does. Let's do frame gen. All right. He's smuggling GPUs. All right. So we were doing 100 earlier. Now with frame gen and DLSS on, we're up to, oh my God. Oh my gosh. We are up to 220 FPS at 4K on a game that came out a couple months ago. Well, that's just standing around. Let's see how it is doing some damage. Now, the input latency, I don't feel like there's any difference. I will say the look of the game did kind of change a little bit, didn't it? I think the lighting changed once I turned on frame gen just a little bit, but it's not necessarily worse. It's like just different. Interesting. Who shot me? Here we go. Back up, back up. Wow, this is crazy. 210 FPS, man. 4K Ultra frame gen. It's pretty crazy what we're doing now, man. It's like, if you look back like 10 years, this would have been unimaginable. Like, just insane levels of performance. And this is the FE. This is a 2-slot card, guys. This is not a huge chunker in my machine. Like it's just absurd how good it's gotten. Let's see. Let's look at the shaders. I don't really see any ghosting right now just by doing this. I don't see any of that stuff they tell you to look out for. Man, this game's gonna be so fun to play through when it looks like this. Let's see if I move fast. Do I see any ghosting? Hard to tell. I think people are nitpickers. Wow. Big Mac says, if I win, I'll get you to autograph it and then sell it to Renato for more money. Renato likes hot dogs, man. You can't trust that guy. Hey guys, I never thought I'd be playing on a GPU like this. This is pretty crazy. I got the unobtainium. It is... I was checking eBay sold listings for this the other day for the video I'm making on it. And, you know, people say like, yeah, they're selling for 6K, whatever. I'm like, okay, people are listing them for that. They're not actually buying them at that price. No, they are. The sold listings ranged from like 5,600 to like 6,000. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Imagine paying $6,000 for a graphics card. I mean, it's already insane at 2,000. I mean, that's a car. You know what I mean? Like that's an actual car, and it's man, it's crazy. Oh. Hot dogs or tacos? Brother. No, they're not. Actually, yeah, they are. All right. Pretty good stream. Just hanging out. I know we didn't build a PC today, but I got no PCs to build other than the one I'm playing on. But it's fun to test out my new hardware. And there will be a video coming up soon where I put it into a PC. Let me see if I can pull up the picture. Y'all can get a little teaser of what the PC looks like that we're playing on right now. Let's see. No. Just get one for $2,000, sell it for $4,000. Bet you won't have a problem with that. I am very, very much against scalpers. I would never want to become one, even if it meant me like profiting from it. It just makes me feel kind of icky. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I try not to do stuff like that. I'm just not into it. Even though the money would be nice, of course. Sort by name. I'm trying to see if I have a shot where it's like the whole PC. Oh, here we go. Here is the build that we're on right now. Pretty cool. All black, some brownage, some no RGB, just a nice solid easy case. This is a case by a company called Okinos, and this is actually apparently like real walnut right here, and they actually give you a piece of the walnut in the box as well, so you can just so you know, and they give you a little certificate with it to show that this is real walnut. Obviously it's not full walnut, I think it's just on top of it, but it is real. It even has a smell to it. It's pretty crazy. They actually sponsored this next video, so I'm happy to use their case. But it looks really good. I think for an all black. Only thing right here, can y'all see that? Y'all see that little red right there? There's a little LED on the motherboard that lights up. I turned it off now, but it was there then, and I hate it. Everything else is so nice and stealthy, and the only light you have is from the GeForce RTX. I get that. It's like taking away from the people who want it the most and then making them have to spend so much more to get it if they really want it. Exactly. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to have to, because I add nothing to that. I add nothing to that equation other than I get money for no reason. Why? Why do I get the money? 25090s have already had the connectors melted. Oh my gosh. Mine's been fine. Like truly, I don't think I have any issues right now. I've been hanging in there. Damn, I just got back. How was the streaming benchmarks? They were great, Sam. You can watch the VOD later. Needless to say, there were some insane numbers. Like truly, some pretty crazy stuff. It's very, very crazy how good the card is. This is the PC we're building it in. Can I zoom in on this? No. Oh, view. No, it's a video, that's why. Can I do this? Look at that. What a beauty. Love that sleek, no RGB look, guys. Yeah, I mean, I hope 15090 doesn't melt. That would suck. You kidding me? Is this chat box not updating? Oh, I think I need to do this. There we go. My bad. I didn't hear us see the ones after the finals. Was on a long call. No problem. You can see those in the VOD. Are those braided cables that come with the Sama PSU? They are, yes. That's the built-in cables for the Sama PSU, yeah. I didn't use any kind of extenders or anything. Those are just the ones that built in. It's pretty good. The GPU is better than I thought, actually. It's really efficient. It's not loud at all. Good power management on it. I'm surprised how good it is. It was only $80 for a brand new 1000 watt platinum rated power supply. And I kind of talk about that in the video because, you know, I just know people are going to get mad for using a power supply that didn't cost $300 on a 5090. But I read some reviews of it in Mandarin, and it was pretty good. Like, pretty affordable, pretty good rated. It costs more in other parts, but I think in other parts of the world, the Sama actually costs more, but they've been reducing prices on stuff in America to try to break into this market, I think. So it was just a good deal. And it's a pretty good GPU, and 1000 watts is more than I need for it, so that's been pretty good. Jason, just to let you know, the extension cables are also melting on the 5090, so it's best to use the stock cable sadly. I don't know what's wrong with these melting issues. Okay, good to know. I'm not using extenders. I'm just using the built-in one, so thanks for letting me know, yeah. I'm not going to live in fear, but it is something that could happen, you know, but that could happen with any GPU, but it just seems to be that 12-volt high-power cable that is always having issues. But apparently they fixed it on this one because on the FE, it goes in an angle sideways instead of coming in down like this and turning. And so I think that maybe helps it a little bit. But fingers crossed nothing happens, because that would suck, yeah. I mean, I'm still under warranty, but having to pay to ship it to NVIDIA so they can fix it, that would suck. That would be horrible. Let me see here. Tokyo Extreme Racer. Okay, it is 9:20. I need to go. But this has been very fun. And I always appreciate anyone who comes to these streams. You guys are awesome. Anyone who suggested games, hung out, always appreciate you. I know I always say I'm going to do more of these. And look, I did. I said like 2 weeks ago that I was going to stream in 2 weeks, and look, we did it. It's here, okay? But like I said, I just can't justify doing these every week or even, you know, two times a week, you know, just because this is time at night being taken away from my family, so I'd rather spend it with them. But I do always love talking to you guys, so I always appreciate when y'all come to come hang out. The custom extension cables. Oh yeah, I don't have any. If I win the giveaway and then build my PC, I will Gmail you the picture of the finished PC. Nice. Yeah, I would love to see that. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for coming, Toog Zombie. Peace out, Girl Scout. Good stream. Love you, brother. Thanks, Demetrius. Love you too, man. And I look, we will do a Phantasy Star Online stream soon. I promise. I will show you the limit of a game that came out 25, 26 years ago. And we'll see how far the 5090 can push it. Okay, man? Will that make you happy? But other than that, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have a good week. Expect a new video this week featuring the card that we're testing now. I basically go over the PC I built with it, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks, guys. See you later.